There are lots of different personality assessments out there, but one that my company uses is the Enneagram type. And this is looking at some different characteristics and how they present themselves in the workplace and in relationships. It's really handy. Now, I am an Enneagram type 1, which is a strict perfectionist. And I hate the title, but the reality is it represents me pretty well. I like to be thorough in my work. I like to have the top quality work. I like to be perfect, even though the reality is we're not perfect. I just want to set a very high standard and live it up. Now, as I consider this in terms of the Christian faith, we often feel that we have that kind of standard in front of us, that we have to be perfect. And I think a lot of this comes from what we see way back in the Bible in Genesis chapter 17, where God, in his covenant with Abraham and his descendants, says, "Walk before me and be blameless." Blameless in the King James Version means perfect. The reality is, even with the saving grace of Jesus Christ, we cannot be perfect. We make mistakes all the time. We are human. When we get into the root of the word, one of the things that really stands out is the word unimpaired. And I like this because we can have our intentions in the right place in terms of serving God, but things can impair us in the process that make it harder to serve him the way he desires. When we're impaired, it means other things have our attention, our love. We are divided in loyalty. We're impaired. We know that when we're impaired, we do not act the way we do when we are unimpaired. That is what God wants of us. He wants unimpaired relationship. He wants us to be sound in heart, mind, and strength for him. To love him wholly, W-H-O-L-L-Y, with our whole being, having nothing else, receiving our love the way we are supposed to love God. Holy love. So as you consider God's standards for us, don't see that bar as so high that you don't even try. Rather, ask God to show you where you might be divided in loyalty, where you might be impaired in your love for him, so you can work on that to love God more fully. Blessings on you today.